Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Jeff here. Today on the video Brawl Stars. In today's video, I'll be pushing my level 1 Frank up to 500 trophies. So again, sorry about the older gameplay, but this is some older one because I was pushing quite a lot before. I was pushing a lot of my level 1 brawlers pretty fast, but it has slowed down a little bit just because I kind of lost interest in pushing them. But yeah, we're just gonna be pushing Frank up to 500 trophies in Brawl, and Frank is super good Brawl just because of the fact that if you're able to get one stun or maybe like a two stun, it's gonna make your team just much easier to just score, right? To just like basically score. And also because of the walls, you can really like have two of your teammates push like your opponents together to where you're forcing them into Frank's super, to where you can just get a really easy stun and yeah, just score really fast. So I think I was able to score and do a little trick on the speaking of a star player, and I'm pretty sure we're also playing with we're also playing with two level 1 brawlers here, and we are a little bit lower in trophies, so that is why it's going to be a little easier to win. But yeah, it's just with Frank, his damage doesn't really matter that much, because it does matter a little bit, but it doesn't really matter as much as for like the other players or brawlers, just because of the fact that if you're able to get his stun, your teammates can help you just finish them off, or you can also just kind of chain your super, because it only takes 2 more shots after you stun someone to get your super back. So most of the time you're gonna get your super back after you stun someone, as long as they're not too far away. Then you should be able to get your super back. And what I like to do is I like to wait when we're like right in front of the goal, and then I super them, because if we're right in front of the goal, we can just easily have 2 players coming from the side and I'm from the middle, and just just really be able to super them. And then since they're all stunned, you can actually shoot people, if like you can actually shoot the ball past the opponents if they are stunned. So it's a really cool thing that I don't think a lot of people actually know. So you can just shoot the ball, and let's say you can shoot the ball towards the wall and bounce off and quickly super the opponents to where you stun them, and then you can shoot the ball right past them. So you get a quick easy goal basically. And a lot of the things that I see people do with like brawlers like Tara or Frank is that they just super in the beginning. It doesn't, in the lower level trophy it works, but in the higher up it almost never works. Like 99% chance that will work, just because everyone's always aware that people is going to if someone has a super on, they will be aware that they're gonna super in the beginning, or they might super at the beginning. So that is why you should just never do that. Never super beginning. It's just not gonna work. Especially when it's with Terra super, where it's like it takes quite a while to charge up, and it really matters a lot. You did see that I did super in the beginning, but it wasn't like directly when the game just started. It was like after we played it out, and then I see my opponents coming closer, and then I super, because they came closer, they're not gonna be able to dodge my attack unless they went to the side. Because if they're that close, they're not gonna be able to run away far enough before my super hits, and that's when you will want to super. If your opponent just absolutely charges at you, then yeah, obviously super in the beginning, it's gonna work. But sometimes people will also trying to juke out and bait out your super by pretending to charge at you, and then they run backwards. That is a really good strategy, and you do have to be aware of that. So right there, I was able to get a double super, was able to also hit the turret as well, which is really nice, being able to take out a turret along with 2 of the opponents, being able to just basically a clear shot for my teammates to go in. Yeah, Drag didn't even have to attack, just because of the fact that there was only a Mortis left. The Mortis couldn't deal enough damage to kill him. So yeah, we got kind of close. It was a bad play by me. I saw that the Frank super, and I still decided to super, which wasn't that great. I'm trying to stay away from the goal, just because I knew the Frank was going to super, but I was still in range of it, sadly. But we were able to take out the Frank, which is pretty nice, and we were able to grab the ball and actually corner it, or put it behind the goal. So yeah, it's not going to be possible anymore after the update, or if you're playing right now, it's not going to be possible. The map is actually a little different. But yeah, the Frank was able to super, I was able to dodge it. Was also able to super him back, and also super the Mortis. The Mortis is a pretty good brawler to actually just dodge the super, because if you're able to react fast enough, at least you're able to see Frank's super, you can easily dash away from it. So you shouldn't have to be that scared of a Frank super is the Mortis, unless you don't have any attacks left to dash away. So this comp is really like this is a really good comp that the opponent have a Frank, Terra, and also Shelly. They also have quite a lot of counters for a Frank, and we have a Poco, which is pretty nice, because Poco really can do well in Brawl Ball quite a lot, because you can just heal up your teammates super nice. Also, if you're able to have your opponents group up, for example, if let's say you have a Tara or Frank and they are able to get stunned, Poco can really just deal a lot of damage. You get that super built up. So they're pointing the ball, they're putting it in the back, which is definitely not great. I decided to super this Frank just so we can also get rid of the walls and also just get rid of him so we can have a better chance actually grabbing the ball. And right there I was able to get my super back, and then the Frank got a really good super here on my teammate. Was also able to take me out there, which isn't the best because I thought that Frank was going to shoot my teammate instead of me, so that wasn't the best play. But yeah, they're still pretty pushed back, so they don't have that much time to push up before respawn. So I'm just hiding here with my super, waiting for the right moment. I was able to stun this Shelly and also able to get my super back, dodge the Frank super over there, and able to actually grab the ball and then super the ball right in there before he was able to stun me. So that's a pretty nice goal. And again, you'll see that I'm shooting the corner, which is really something you have to be super aware of because you always want to go for the corner. Obviously, if there's someone in the corner, then you probably don't want to go for the same corner, but it's just super important that you go for the corner shots. And the reason for that is because, and also you don't want to auto, because if you auto your attacks with your super with the ball, then it will always go towards the center of the opponent goal. So you just have to be aware that you don't auto all your shots, because if someone's in the middle and you aim for the corner, their chances of you actually scoring is going to be much higher. And also really depends on which way you're actually which corner you're shooting it. And that actually matters a lot, because you may think that it's all the same because it's all the same corner, but it actually matters quite a lot, because if you the opponents are walking to the left, then if you shoot it to the right corner, then they're gonna miss. They're not gonna actually grab the ball. But if you shoot it to the same corner that they're walking towards, then they're gonna be able to catch the ball. So it does really matter a lot to aim for the corners. It does take a lot of practice to be able to not actually having to drag and aim for 2 seconds and then shoot. But that's just something you really have to practice a lot to be super good at Brawl Ball. And also a lot of Brawl Ball just about teamwork as well. It's not all about just shooting strategies. It does really help a lot with these shooting strategies. You can really make some super cool plays, but most of the time just a lot about teamwork, because yeah, these shooting strategies are going to be quite risky, so you don't always want to do them. So right there I was able to stun them, and actually instead of actually killing them, I went for the ball since I saw the Frank stun, and also I just stunned him, so I was able to since the Frank is going to get stunned by 2 seconds, I was able to grab the ball actually and then shoot it right in. And then yeah, it was a pretty fun stun party over there. I was able to stun them, just continuous stun. I think I chained like 4 supers over there. It was pretty nasty. But yeah, we were able to score over there, and then the opponent having more. So this is also before the shooting, the new mechanic basically. So Mortis is actually still viable in here. And some tips to counter Frank is that you don't want to get up close that much. And of course, if you're like a brawler that can reset his super, for example, if you're a Shelly or a Primo, you definitely want to go up close. Also a Bull, you can also reset. But brawlers such as a Terra, you don't want to go up close just because again you don't have that much health. And also your super, you don't want to waste your super just to reset his stun. Obviously you can, but you shouldn't be trying to just using a super to reset a stun, because the super is so good. You should be saving up for like a better opportunity. So if your brawlers are just like a Frank versus a Frank, and one of the Franks super, just don't super. If they super before you did, then you shouldn't. Then there's no point of you supering, because the opponent will just cancel your super. So you basically just wasted a super over there if you super after your opponent's supers. So it was actually that goal right there you saw was pretty nice. I was able to stun the Mortis, and it was actually pretty lucky that the ball was able to fall into the goal. So yeah, we're gonna pick up. This is actually the last win that is required to actually win, and they have a decent comp with Daryl, Shelly, and Terra. Terra is just super strong in here, and then also Frank is Shelly is also really good because a lot of tanks are played, and also she just really counters she counters all the ball carriers, all the good ball carriers such as Primo, Daryl, and also before Mortis. So yeah, Shelly just counters all of them. But also it's just if the opponent aren't playing like these brawlers, then Shelly is gonna have a tough time, because yeah, she doesn't deal that much damage from afar, and also she just doesn't have that much health. Well, she does have decent amount, 5k health, so, but it's not that much. If she can't really, she always, most of the time with Shelly, you're gonna have to be dodging until you see the right moment where you can get up close. But they were able to score a goal even though they had a Shelly, because you saw that I was hiding behind the wall of a super, I was able to super them and then leaving the goal basically open for my teammates. So right there, we're able to actually all three of us dodging that super, and then right there, we're able to just get a clean goal after a team wipe. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this push up to 500 trophies as a level 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.